We have a great topic today. Topic number one, does your husband veto your clothes for home and bed? And we're going to segue into a controlling husband. Why he be checking up on you?
Why?
Okay, as you can see, we have the white t-shirts, Angela and I, and if you're interested in purchasing one, you can go to the website. They're only $21, and a portion of the proceeds for the shirts will go to the organization that you were a spokesperson for,
Living Water for Girls.
Living Water for Girls. So you can check that out. The website is livingwaterforgirls.org, right? Okay? So a portion of that will go to that organization. All right? And that organization is primarily about teenage girls that are being kidnapped and turned into prostitution, and we don't want that to happen, all right? Okay, so let's get into the first topic. Does your husband veto your clothes for home and bed? Anybody want to start?
My husband does not.
Okay.
I would say so. And what I wear out or what I wear to bed.
And why is that?
Simply because, well, let's start with the bed first. He shouldn't even want me to wear clothes to bed. Right. And secondly, wearing something out, I feel like as a woman, I respect my husband. He should leave it up to me to show him that I respect him. And I'm not going to dress inappropriately anyway because I respect myself, first of all.
Well, let me ask you this. When you say that, that's a good point. But what if you were in the room, you looking all cute, but you come out the room, as my husband has done on a few, he was like, you are not wearing that to church. Right. If your husband did that, would you be like, nah, boo, would you?
Now, something like that, because I think we typically think we look good and everything. Well, I think I look good and everything. So, if my husband was like, honey, tell me that it doesn't look appealing on me, then that's something. But when you say veto, it sounds like you're saying what you can specifically wear. Like, okay, I don't want you wearing short skirts. I don't want you wearing makeup or whatever.
Yeah, that's all going into our controlling thing.
Yeah,
so you saying that if he does, when you come out the room and he like, that's a little too tight, babe, you would consider taking it off?
Yes, because he knows what my body looks like, and if a fat roll hanging out right there, he's like, right. Or, if I bend over and that skirt too short, it might look good from the front, if you gotta, So, okay, but I'm gonna ask him what's wrong with it.
Right.
Why?
For me, I think it's how he approaches mentioning how I look. If it's, no, you don't need to wear that.
Exactly.
Right. Then I all of a sudden will get defensive. Well, what do you mean? Well, I can't wear this, But if he says, babe, I don't like the color on you, or, men usually don't think that way anyway, blurt it out. But, sometimes I think they can become sensitive, especially if you've been married a long time. They usually become a little more sensitive about how you feel, because they know you now.
Right.
Me, for instance, at the age that I'm at, he knows he'll never have to worry about me wearing a miniskirt. Never. But, if one day, I feel like wearing a miniskirt, of course, I'm going to accept his verbiage of how he wants me to look out. But like you say, you respect your husband in a way that because if he's wearing something I don't like, I'm going to tell him.
Does he take it off?
He usually will. I think, and again, it's how I approach it too. So.
Yeah, I have taken stuff off and I haven't. I just had to weigh, if he's like it's too tight or, or he's like, babe. Sometimes, because I feel my husband may not be on style I'm like, babe, this is style, But what about like the bedroom? Does your husband, does he dictate, not dictate, but like, if you wearing flannel, that's what my pastor is on. Does he like?
Yes.
Okay, so has your pastor preached on this yet?
He has many times before, but he's actually doing it again this
So
Sunday.
what is he saying? What is he
He's
saying?
saying don't come to bed all the time with flannel, with rollers, with your night cream. But it's a scarf. As women, we wear our scarves. But sometimes I just think you should come to bed first. Especially if you're going to get your husband.
Right. You gotta
come to bed first like this, and then after you get it, go get your scarf.
And I would say, my husband doesn't do the clothes, he doesn't do anything, and maybe because I was a drama queen when I was like, when we were dating 17, 18, I was like, oh, my hair, my clothes, so he just doesn't even go there. But as I've gotten older, I want his opinion, like, is this okay?
Right.
And he was like, you do what you want to do. You know, so he really doesn't, I don't have any issues with that. Now going to bed, still the same thing, because he wears like, whatever, big shorts and a hole in a t-shirt, you know, but for the most part, I get what your pastor's saying. You know, when it's those nights when we're about to like, you know, have some happy time, yeah, you want to make it sexy.
Also, you
but-
talk about the getting comfortable part, you know, because we're so comfortable with our husbands that we can just come to bed anyway, but you know, you're going to be with your husband forever, you want to keep spice, so sometimes come to unexpectedly
Right.
naked or
Yeah.
with a little task on his
Yeah.
No, you're not.
But you know, something unexpected and you know,
Exactly.
surprising. But sometimes you feel like you want to wear your t-shirt and flannel. We all do.
Right.
But just don't make that every day because then if men are visual, do you always want your husband looking at like, you know, come on,
Right.
You
Yeah.
know,
You're
when
playing white.
when you see it on TV, Teresa,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
I already know, like for me, sometimes like depending on what I may have or when I come to bed, you know, if I got on, you know, that long like that,
Yeah, you're like,
you know, so you know, it just depends. He's not real picky about my clothes, nor really to bed. For one, I mean, this may be too much information. I have horrible night sweats, so for me, clothes period to bed is just too much because I will just have horrible night sweats. So going to bed most of the time that's not really a problem because I got night sweats. You know, but as far as like clothes and stuff like that, he's still, I mean, I try to bring him into what I wear sometimes. Like that's me with church. I'm in the bathroom like, Keith, what does this look like? How does it look? Especially if I'm like trying something different. And you know, like now with the tops, things are like, you can't tell if it's a top or a dress.
Right.
And then, of course, we may throw on leggings, but sometimes it still may not look appropriate.
Right.
And even with me with shoes, sometimes my shoes could just either make my outfit look appropriate or make it not look inappropriate. So a lot of times I try to bring him into it. You know, okay, babe, what this look like? How did this
But then
look?
sometimes your husband don't know what's in, you know, not saying our husband don't, you know, I love you. But you know, he does, you know.
The style.
But you know, right, he might
Yeah,
not know the
trendy.
style, and you might come in and that might be really cute.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, what is that? So you kind of on the fence. Do I take it off? Do I not?
Yeah.
Do we know what you're talking about? Do we
Yeah.
not?
And even now, even with like, I work out now. So I've been working out. So first I started off with just, you know, my regular old jogging pants and my little t-shirt. Now I got into my little tight. You know, I got my little tights. Where you going? I'm going to walk.
Got some shape now.
You know, I'm like really feeling
It's
myself.
funny that you said, I mean, interrupt, but because my husband says nothing, like absolutely nothing. So I went to T-ball with the kids and I put on some leggings and a, you know, short shirt because I work out while they're playing ball. And I got back and he said, "You've been to T-ball?" Like, never says anything about what I have on ever. He just don't even go there. And he said something. So when he says something that I know is maybe, you know, it's a little maybe that's inappropriate because he never says anything. So when he does, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll
He started to notice.
Yeah, or
Right, and that's exactly what that is.
Yeah.
And that's me. 'Cause we were talking about boobs. I mean, I don't have big boobs, but I have had like some little. That's been his biggest thing lately. I don't like that top. You wearing that to the mall? Why you wearing that top to the mall? So, you know, I try to kind of justify my reason of wearing it. But one time he was really like, your boobs are really out. I really, and that I was not, I didn't change, but I haven't worn the shirt again. It's my favorite.
Right.
But I haven't worn it again. But if I do wear it again, 9 times out of 10 I'm going to have a tank top under it.
So not with him.
And I'm not like the bustiest one either. So it's like when you're not that busty, you tend to forget. Like, okay, maybe this is a little, he'll have to say, maybe you should keep the girls in.
Right.
You know, like, maybe you shouldn't.
But that's me. I'm like, I don't even have no boobs. What do you mean? No plain, it's low cut.
Right. And see, I'm not the biggest stylista or whatever. So there'll be times when I'm trying a new style and I'll have to ask my husband because his style is way better than mine. And so I'll say, does this look okay? And some things, ladies, we have to be honest with ourselves. Not every style works for everybody.
Right.
And so, like,
Leggings do not work.
Yes.
See, I cannot wait till that style.
I